YouTube, what is going on? It is your boy Manu here, aka Mr. See It Before It Happens. And today, fellas, we are throwing it back. It is me versus Strap God, $5,000 game. This is back in Madden 21, but the game doesn't matter. What matters is the topic at hand. We're discussing, anticipating the adjustment to the adjustment. For all you upcoming competitive Madden players, this is a skill that's going to separate you from being, just a casual to a top level competitive player, or even if you want to get to the pro level. So I'm just going to show two plays from this game. This first play, I'm going to be calling X spot out of trips tight end, one of my favorite plays year in, year out. But the most important thing is, and we're going to freeze it here, is the adjustments that Strap God is making. So the first thing you want to do in competitive Madden at the snap of the ball is make a post-snap read. You want to be looking at just ever so quickly what the outside cornerback is doing and the safety if you can. That's going to tell you what the coverage is. Then once you know what the coverage is, then you have to conceptually understand how to attack that coverage. And another aspect that comes in sometimes is the anticipation factor. When are they going to call this certain coverage? Because at a competitive level, obviously they're not always going to call the same play, the same defense back to back. So you got to be able to predict when it's going to come, and we're going to get to that. And you see here, Strap God gets super aggressive here on defense, and you saw, and let's go back. Watch what he does. Watch the left side of the field. So let's read the defense post snap here. So watch what the outside corner does. He's going to be in a hard flat. The free safety is going to come down. He's going to be manned up onto the tight end, and watch his user. His user is going to run back with the streak. So that means that the deep left portion of the field is wide open on this play. Now, fast forward. Now, this is the biggest play of the game right here. 3rd and 3. If I pick this up, this game is essentially over. I was playing really good defense this game. So, what we're going to take into account, what has Strap God done so far this game. Now, obviously, you guys haven't seen the whole game. But I can tell you the two things he's done on defense is blitz 5 with the hard flats, which you guys saw. And he only did that adjustment once, and this was way early in the drive. There's been about 5 plays in between this where he took his free safety and manned him up onto the tight end when I motioned over. And what happened is he left the deep left portion of the field wide open. So what I'm going to do is I want to have a streak going into that portion of the field. And I never call this play. I usually don't motion over a streak. This is a play that I've actually never called before. But in a situation like this, you got to understand 3rd and 3. Your back's up against the wall when you're on defense. He really needs to stop. People tend to sell out in this situation. So I'm expecting Strap God to go back to what he did earlier in the drive where he got super aggressive on me. And if he's getting that aggressive earlier in the drive, I expect him to get really aggressive for the game right here. So 3rd and 3. I'm expecting him, again, to man up his free safety onto the tight end. The outside corner to be in a hard flat. So that's why I have the streak. Then, even if he runs with the streak on the outside, I'm going to have a post over the middle of the field. So again, essentially the entire left side of the field, the deep left side of the field is wide open. This middle is going to be wide open. So if he's running with the streak, then that's going to leave the post wide open. So what I did right here to distract his user a little bit, just because I was expecting the deep left portion to be wide open, is I snapped the streak a little bit earlier, but the biggest difference I made here is I put my tight end on an in route. The reason I put my tight end in an in route here is because it's going to cross the face of the user, and people have a tendency of running after the route they see first. So especially if it's a route they haven't seen before, and I never put my tight end on an I almost never put my tight end on an in route. So, and it's going to cross the face of the user. So that's going to get his attention first. So that's just to distract the user. And that's what's going to open up the streak on the deep left portion of the field. And then the only other defense he did so far this game is double maple. And as you saw right there, his user ran down and inside and left open that streak. And the only other defense that, that Strap God has ran in this game is double maple, which is essentially you have, you know, your zone drop set to 5 and 25. So you're going to have two defenders guarding the sidelines, but at different depths. So I called a play for the game, anticipating him to get really aggressive because this was essentially for the game. And people on the 3rd and 3, they're expecting you to go short into the flats. So I went over the top here and into a portion of the field that he left open earlier in the game. But instead, I just designed a better play where, you know, I have something crossing over the face of the user. And also, again, I counted for the only other defense he ran so far was double maple, which leaves the middle of the field wide open. So that's all that was, and that. So that's how you adjust in the middle of the game. It's all about reading the defense post snap. Then it's about, you know, getting your routes into those open spots of the field. It's not always about, a lot of people always say, oh, it's just money plays. No, it's you got to anticipate the adjustment to the adjustment. Again, Madden is not about money plays. It's a chess match. And if you want to learn more about that, if you want to get more in depth with it, again, I go into hours upon hours of these game film breakdowns, full game breakdowns, weekly coaching sessions at themaddenacademy.com. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and go and check out our Discord. Go and check out our free skills evaluation. Go and see where you stack up versus the pros.